This is Margaret in Windsor. I'm trying to finish that tape. I'm reading, that's my real name. They kidnapped me from Buckingham Palace, my uncle, to give you a background. George the illegal sixth and Roosevelt in 39 when I was born. Kidnapped in 41, brought him to Lawrence County, Alabama, Moulton, and given the name of a twin, Peggy. And both twins, Peggy and Carl, were dead. They were killed by Lana, their mother, and I grew up in a hellhole. I found out my real name in 83. I'm Victoria II and legal heir to the British Crown. So I got my uncle taking his brother down illegally with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Roosevelts, the New World Order. And here's the Wallace Simpson, the spy, American spy. And here's the imposter that married her. That's not my dad. 99-year seal placed on it. So now that I'm going to, if you care to go back to the last tape, I'll try to number them, the name, and then 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I'm reading from just one of the articles that was written in the Roanoke Times here and then picked up by the Atlanta Journal. I thought I had another sheet, and I don't. So I'll just finish reading this one. Listen, they're trying to, this whole thing is bananas. I mean, it is really what they have done is how they have flipped it. They will tell things without telling what I'm responding to and what they're doing to me. And if you leave all that out, why, listen to it and you can hear it. Forest rangers and others who made the Appalachian Trail worry for children's safety, saying bad weather, rattlesnakes, and things could hurt her. We're really afraid we're going to find her dead, and we don't want that to happen, Egan said. What a lie. I hope there's cameras somewhere that show what really, really happened. And by the way, after I was locked up could have been locked up for 6 months, I just told about for a month, for living in the forest by the feds and the marshals, I was back up there, and there shouldn't have been anybody. I met nobody on the trail, no one. I left, and they put me on the run, and I've had people, they laugh about it. Well, you're running from the law, and they know what's going on because the law is involved in this. It's the agency doing it and why and who I am. I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. They've gotten away with taking my father down, everything. And, I mean, my life has been nothing but sheer hell and my sons. You talk about torture. But I want to go back to this. All these people broke the law and they lied. And this is just one of it. Federal authorities have, it's sick, struggled to piece together details of Childers' past and still aren't sure how she ended up living in the wilds of western Virginia. They trace her arrival in Roanoke area to 1986. And this is where they put in here and trying to make it look like I'm nuts or something. They leave out all of it. I do hope this is told, and it's shocking. There are options available through social services and mental health clinics. She doesn't accept that she needs help. And this is District Ranger Pat Egan, Glenwood and Peddler Ranger District at Natural Bridge. Okay, it says they trace her arrival in the Roanoke area to 86. She worked briefly in the home of a Northwest Roanoke woman before winding up in the woods. All agree that her life is a sad story of a woman unable to accept the help of others. Oh, God, please help. Show how they help me. God, if they help me anymore, I would be in total hell. It would shock you. She is something federal government in conspiracy to keep her hidden away. Well, hell, they're not keeping me hidden away. They're running me out and playing sat, torturing me. And everybody's got a hand in on it, and all they can, So newspaper and magazine clippings provide a glimpse of her life and the life she says she lived. Childers keeps a pudgy, listen to this, envelope. I could hardly carry what I had to carry everything. I was on the road carrying it up and down the mountain, the side of the road, you name it, trying to keep a few pictures I had of my sons and the picture of my dad and things I've just shown you. Pudgy envelopes stuffed with pictures of King Edward VIII and the legendary painter Georgia O'Keeffe, who Childers says is her aunt. Childers, who resembles O'Keeffe, also had a long shot tried for Congress. Well, Georgia O'Keeffe is my aunt. My mother, Claudia Ruth, was married to my father, not this imposter that history recorded marrying my father. So it's a sad story in the life of a woman to accept. Okay. Down here, newspaper, I had that, and magazine clippings provide a glimpse. Well, they don't either. In '83, she was living in Marietta and was one of 19 candidates trying to succeed Larry McDonald, who was a doctor congressman I wrote about at Piedmont. You should see what I wrote about him, and I got antifreeze put in me after I got a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of 79. Oh God, let me go back. 79. It's been so long, and then I got antifreeze put in me on April Fool Day of '80 because this is a joke to everybody. Okay, and I'm living in Marietta, and I'm doing the book, or had in '77. That's when Larry Flint was shot and his attorney killed. And this is after I've had antifreeze put in me, worked for the DA, on the road without a place, gone to D.C. carrying stuff, trying to get something done. And that's before I found out about being kidnapped. My name's Margaret Ann Windsor. So I'm back there August the 31st of '83 after the plane went down, the Korean KAL. Went down in the ocean. The Soviet Union shot it down because it veered off into the airspace. I became a candidate to replace Larry McDonald, who's not the good guy. He's the doctor congressman I wrote about. And here he is a few years later on a plane that goes down. And by the way, in Juneau, Alaska, where the plane stopped, Nixon was taken off. And it's reported that Geraldo was on it and got off. Now, I really wonder if Larry McDonald's dead. I don't know. It reported he was on the plane and dead, and the campaign happened. I was flown to Flint twice, and I'll just read this and stop. In '83, she was living in Marietta, one of 19 candidates trying to succeed Representative Larry McDonald, a Republican congressman who was killed when, and I don't have the bottom part of that, well, the plane went down, KAL passenger. Flint, she flew to his California home to discuss political corruption in the state of Georgia. The controversial photographer also donated at least, $1,000 to her congressional bid. Well, they made it up, $100,000. And, you know, this again makes me look like I'm the criminal. You know where the contributions came from? Las Vegas casinos. You couldn't get anybody cleaner or more. You really couldn't. That's what hurts, because my sons would never know what was done to us. But even that would make, well, heck, she must be, all her money came from the casinos. And people have let it happen. Excuse me for crying. A former medical secretary, a divorcee mother of two, and my two sons are Mark and Scott, heir to the crown after me. Childers described herself, I can't see through the tears, my glasses aren't good, herself during the campaign, and I'm not liberal, believe me, Democrat, and I'm not a Democrat. Supposed to represent Great Britain. She claims to have written an unpublished book linking some doctors to organized crime. Well, that's not true either. I told about